Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Sorry, actually, uh, there's some technical glitch. Okay, okay. Are you able to see the screen? Just raise your hand so that I can. Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Fine, fine, fine. So yeah, Sai Muhammad. Yesterday's class, like you were there in the previous session. Just want to know, like you were there, Mustafa Muhammad
Yes,
Mustafa.
sir.
You were there. I mean, in the previous class. Decision.
No, today is my first class.
Okay, okay, fine. Yeah, sure. Thank you. Uh, Sai, you were there yesterday's. Okay, fine. So this is going to be the second free session. Tomorrow is going to be the third free session. So the fourth one is going to be the paid one for the registered participants. Okay. So you can contact the support at logiclabs.com for any information, and you can call them on the particular numbers given here. Okay. They are available in all the social media network, okay, in all the sites. Yeah. Yes, anyone wants to talk, you can raise your hands. Yes, allowed to talk. I'm asking you to talk if anyone has any questions. Okay, good. So in the yesterday's, like we have discussed about what is the Shahid, you want to talk?
Yes, actually, this is my first class, so I would like to
Okay,
know whether what you have covered yesterday. So, will you
okay.
going to start from the scratch or something
Yeah, we will
in
go
the
through. Yeah, we will go through for 10 to 15 minutes on the previous class. Okay, then we'll come up with the next part. Okay, not an issue. Yeah,
okay?
sure. So yesterday,
And
like
I
we
would
were,
like to okay,
yes.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, go
At the
ahead.
last, I will ask. I have some query. I can ask. I'll ask in the last. Okay. Just carry
No,
on,
no,
please.
no problem. Then.
Okay. Thank you.
So I was, we were going through this particular, yeah, I can unmute. Right. So we were going through the job opportunities that we have at present. Like I have taken a screenshots of the Naukri yesterday, and it was having almost 2,000 2,000 jobs. But even if you take 2 to 3 months old, maybe you can expect at least 1,000 jobs as of now. Okay. So the salary expectations you can have it's almost twice the years of experience. So if you're earning almost 10 LPA for let us say of 10 LPA, I mean you can expect almost 18 to 20 in between. Okay. Like the career growth after you being a Scrum Master is like you can go into a senior Scrum Master role, you can be into Agile coach, you can be into a project manager, or you can be into a product owner. Okay, so it's not just restricted to here. This thing. So we have certifications which are very important because the filtering criteria for to get into the job is this one. If internally you are looking for a Scrum Master, that's fine. No one is going to ask you. But in some cases, like you are switching to other companies, then the filtering criteria where the recruiters is going to be on the certification. So make sure that you are in this particular, path. I mean, you try to do the certification as well once you complete the course and all. So going ahead. We have two certificates. One is PSM certificate, Professional Scrum Master from scrum.org, and we have another certificate called as uh, Certified Scrum Master from Scrum Alliance. Okay. So these two are well recognized, and industries do look for these type of certificates. But only thing is like the PSM is a have lifetime validity, whereas CSM have 2 years validity. Okay, so a little yeah, if for every 2 years you need to renew the certificate if needed. Okay, depending upon the complexity part, yeah, it has their own complexities, but if you see the validity, the lifetime validity is much, for lifetime validity, you have for PSM one that makes your job easier, right? You need not again, exam, write the exam once again for that one and do that. So that's almost the blessing. So if you are into some background where you don't know how to code or you are supporting an application or you are stuck in your career path, you don't know where to go, and you are from a non-IT background and coming want to be to back to an IT background, probably this is going to be a very much, very good role. Okay. So we have discussed all these things yesterday, and we have also understood like how actually the projects were delivered before the agile came into picture. Okay. So we were discussing about one of the picture where the customer was one planning to have a tire tied to this particular tree, and by the time he explained that one, it was on, it's something like this on the top left corner, and later the project leader, the engineer, the programmer, everyone, they understood in a different way and different format, and they never tried to reach out to the customer, and they never explained like how, they never showcased their work. There was a lot of missing miscommunication which was happening, or so many things which are happening that resulted in, utter failure of the project. So we were discussing like why these were, what were the factors that could, lead to these type of things. So the thing which we came across were the customer feedback was not there. No one was clarifying on the doubt. There was no going back and asking the customer like whether his expectations are met. When the customer was not, asking them to show. So many things were happening. So because of that, I say like this is a type of a failure thing. Okay, and we have taken two scenarios where the kid is asked to cook in absence of mother, and in second scenario in the presence of a mother. In absence of mother, like the kid uh, does whatever he wants with seeing in YouTube or seeing the recipes that he knows, and the whole thing, the dish that he served at the end was very utter failure. But whereas in the second scenario, it was a little bit tasty because the mother was sitting besides, she was seeing whatever he does. He was asking the mother like how he's cooking, whether the dish is proper or not. He took the feedback, he worked on the feedback, and he was able to showcase. So a lot many things were happening in the present, so that helped him to give a good dish. So taking this into consideration, uh, we took this note, and we went ahead in how the IT projects were delivered and how agile came into picture. So that previously we have this traditional waterfall model where we have one step. Okay, each and every step, like till that particular step is completed, we can't move ahead. Okay, so it's like water falling from one stair to another stair, from one stone to another stone. So only if that particular part is completed, then you can go to the next step. So in that way, the requirement phase, the specification, design, implementation, testing, and maintenance happen one after another. And if anything comes in between, if the customer comes in between and asks to change something, probably they are not, you can't accommodate that particular thing, because these are very rigid and strict rules which are happening in the waterfall model. And even if they accommodate something, they have to start from the scratch once again. So that's one of the difficult thing. It was very complex thing to do, and at the same time, if you see the lot of things, the lost so many resources, waiting for the work to be done. If you take the testing team, probably they need to wait for 4 steps to be completed, 4 months to be completed for to start their work. So in that way, You can say the wastage of resources, wastage of time and money. So many things are happening in the project perspective. Okay, the end product may be working as per the customer and may not be. We are not guaranteed that. Okay, because customer is no way involved in all the process. Only at the end he's going to come and see like how it's doing. So that's again, it is going to be a sudden surprise to him if it doesn't work properly, or it's not up to his expectation, because no point during the time they're going to explain him like show him that how they have developed. So these are the disadvantages we talked about the agile methodology, like how it is different from the waterfall. What do you mean by agility? Okay, what do you mean by this way of approach? Okay, so agile is a iterative or iterative approach where within a short cycle, short span, you are going to deliver something, so that the customer is known of what is actually happening with this particular product, what are the features they are getting developed, are they are they in as per the expectations of the customer or not. Okay, so agile does lot of changes at a faster pace compared to other waterfall models. Okay. So in the agile, like we have so many frameworks designed, Scrum, Kanban, extreme programming, test driven, feature driven, crystal gear. But we are not going to discuss all these things. Our course content is mostly designed on the Scrum part, and we will just explain about the Kanban. Okay, those two things will be done, but the Scrum is a majority portion. Okay, so we have also discussed on the lineage. I mean, how actually the Scrum has evolved. The Scrum got its name from the rugby game. There is one part called a scrummage. So when you take the word scrummage is nothing but whenever the team plays a foul game. Okay, so they do some certain mistake. So the referee is going to come to them and ask them to restart the game once again. Okay, so this restart part, which happens soon after something is happening wrong. Okay, that is called a scrummage, and it is derived from this game called rugby. Okay, so there were few people who were involved in creating an article based on this particular game. So the new product development game came from this particular game. Okay. So this is the 1993 is the year of the Scrum, first year of the Scrum. Okay. In 1995, they have introduced this paper, the Scrum development process by Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schauber. These people are gods to us, because if you get a job as a Scrum Master from now onwards, probably you should thank these people, because these two people are the people who formulated, work with so many organizations. So they have developed certain process, and they will back up everything to make their life easier. So they have presented a paper called Scrum Development Process at Uppsala in Texas. Okay, 1995. Again, in 2001, Agile Manifesto, Jeff Sutherland and Schauber, together with 15 associates, they sat together in a one of the uh, places. Okay, in Utah. Okay, and they formulated this Agile Manifesto. So, what does Agile Manifesto cover? Like we are going to discuss in the class in the coming up. So, they in 2002 they formed the Scrum Alliance, and they 2014 they presented this Scrum, how the value of the Scrum to the organization. So, how it's going to help the organizations. In 2016, we have this first fully scalable Scrum. Okay, and the Scrum Guide came into picture in 2017, first version, and 2020 we have the new the second version of the Scrum. Okay, so the one which we are using is 2020 Scrum Guide, that is being developed by the Jeff Sutherland and Ken Schauber. Okay, so in 2017 we have the first version of the Scrum Guide, and in 2020 we have the second version. Okay, so this is a history, and now what next is like how actually the Scrum Master, what is the role in a organization, what he does in if he's in the organization, what is your role, it's going to be, what you're going to do. See, one thing is first you have to remember you are not going to write any code, you are not going to test anything, you are not going to be a technical person giving you technical advice to the people. No, please. You are managing the people, you are managing the process, you are running the show as per the Scrum Guide, nothing more than that. If people expect you to code, then better resign the job and come and do, say that, Scrum Master. Uh, role is not about writing a code, not about doing a testing part. Okay, there are certain companies where they expect them a technical scrum master. That means he is expected to code at the same time he work as a scrum master because for their own monetary benefits. But for those type of things, please don't apply for those type of things because their expectations are different. Okay, we are purely into Scrum thing where we work as per the Scrum guide, not more than that. So even in the Naukri or in a job portal, if you see like you are expected to work in the technical part as well as on this, better don't apply for them. Okay, it's not to you. Okay, that profile doesn't suit to us. But if you are very good at technical things, let us say like you are very good at technical automations, testing, or you are very good at UI designing and all. Okay, go ahead. That's up to you. No one is going to restrict. But if you're not good at technical part, better avoid those things. You will have your own jobs. Okay. So the role which he has in the company is like he's a very good communicator. He has to be a very good communicator. He should talk to the people. He should talk to the teams. He should organize so many things, events and all. So he should be a very good communicator. He should be a facilitator. He should conduct so many meetings. Okay, he should make the people come to the meetings. So he should facilitate a lot of things. He should be an agile coach. Agile coach is a coach. He has to explain to the team like what the importance of the agile, the scrum and all. Okay, to the organization, to the developers, to the product owners, everyone. Whoever new to the agile or new to the scrum, he should explain. So he should be a coach also. The team support, like he will be supporting the team at the same time he will be taking the support from the team. He is a person who removes the blockers, impediments that are called as impediments. That means like you are working on something, you got stuck up because someone has, maybe like network connectivity is an issue or database password security issues or whatnot. So he is going to talk to those teams and remove those impediments, the blockers, which we say. Then we have a reporting part where he is going to report to the higher management and explain, give them the status required. Okay, and the tools like he is going to use certain tools to showcase how the work is progressing. So he'll be taking care of the tool maintenance. He protects the team. So he's a person who stands there and protecting the team. It's important role that he plays. So it's like I can say, a type of a big brother role in your family, or could be anyone in the family who is taking care of everything. So he mediates, he talks to everyone, he makes the things happen. He is a person who is good to, I mean, one-stop solution for everything, something like that. So Scrum Master is that. And you like it, right? I mean, if someone coming to you and asking for something, you will feel happy because you will be the center of attraction for everything, central point of contact, POC. Okay, so he will be helping the Scrum team, he will be helping the product owner, he will be helping the organization. That's fine. But who are these people? We are going to talk in in the coming sessions. Okay, uh, so in the Scrum, if you talk about like okay, till now I got some idea about being the Scrum Master. He does so many things, but actually, what does the Scrum contain? When I say the Scrum contains 5 events. Okay, there are 5 events. Please remember. Please try to pay your attention. There are 5 events in the Scrum. There are 3 roles in a Scrum. Okay, there are 3 roles in a Scrum. There are 5 events in a Scrum. There are 3 values in a Scrum. Okay, 3 values or 3 pillars, I can say, and sorry, 3 pillars in a Scrum and 5 values. So what are those? We are going to discuss again. Okay. So first, let's discuss about the 5 events in the Scrum. So as a Scrum Master, it is your responsibility to facilitate these events to the teams. Okay. So you should make the events happen. So for what is the event? The sprint is one of the event in the Scrum. What do you mean by sprint? Does anybody know what is a sprint? Have you ever heard this particular word called sprint in your daily life till now?
Yeah, the task is divided into small parts called sprint.
Okay. That is no, no. Okay, I think you made an attempt, but okay, it's not the task which is divided smaller. Uh, okay, let's not go in detail into that. Have you ever come across this word sprint in your life? Like anyone who wants to give the answer, you can raise. You are near to it, Mohammed. sprint, 100-meter sprint, 500 meters, something like that. Have you ever heard in the running?
Yeah, the sprinter, the runner.
Yes, sprint. You have heard, right? There is some event which is happening. People are running very fast and completing that 100-meter race that they called it as a sprint. Okay. So sprint is something like that. So the Scrum consists of 5 events. The first event is called as a sprint, which is container event. Okay. What do you mean by container event? A container is a placeholder. Okay. It is something like this. Week. If you take a week is a container event. Means it will have 7 days and every day is assigned to something. Okay. We do something on Monday, we do something on Tuesday, we do something on Thursday, something like that. Whatever. So container is something like that. Okay. We have winter season. Winter in the sense, it's again container event where some activities will happen. Like you have winter season coming up, you will feel very cold. You will have holidays for the students in the US. Okay, where you have the Christmas coming up, you will have New Year coming up. So these are the events which take place in the winter season, and you say that winter season is a container event. Here also we say sprint is a container event. Sprint itself is an event and it is called as a container event, which will have or which will conduct 4 events. What are those 4 events? First one is sprint planning. The second one is daily event called as Scrum, daily Scrum. We have a sprint review and we have sprint retrospective. Okay, these are the 4 events together with the sprint, which is five, altogether five. So, okay, that's fine. So these are the events. We were not going to discuss in detail about these today, but coming up. So as a Scrum Master, it's your job first to understand what does each event do, okay, for what they are designed, okay. You need to understand what is happening in the sprint, what is meant, what actually, why it is designed, okay. What you are going to gain out of that particular event, okay, and what is your role, okay, and how you are going to help the team as a Scrum Master, okay. So that's what you will be learning. You will understand like what is happening in the sprint planning, who will be participating in the sprint planning, what is your role as a Scrum Master in the sprint planning, how you are going to help the team. That is your role in the sprint planning, okay. In the daily Scrum, again, you will see like how what you have to do for to conduct that particular daily Scrum, what are your roles and responsibilities, what are the deviations that happen, and as a Scrum Master, what you have to do. Similarly, with the review part and retrospective part. Okay. So, sprint review part is nothing but the team is going to showcase whatever they have worked upon. So, it is a demo of the working software. Okay. So, it is a working software that they are going to showcase. So, as a Scrum Master, you need to organize that particular event. You should make the stakeholders come to the event, take their feedback, give the feedback to the developers, okay, and make it, I mean, a working software demo part is going to happen in the sprint review. So how we are going to do that? That you are going to discuss in the course. And you have a retrospective meeting where once your sprint is done, you have developed your particular feature, then you will conclude and you will all together discuss, sit together and talk about what actually went in the good in the sprint, what didn't go well in the sprint, and what to continue in the sprint. So, what is your role in that? How you are going to do that? All these things will be discussed. Okay. So, do remember that these are the 3 events. Sorry, 5 events in the Scrum, and every event has its own role, or I can say it's has its own importance. Okay, associated, and your role as a Scrum Master, you should understand what you have to do in these things. Okay. So the course curriculum is going to discuss all these particular events, the roles and responsibilities of each and every member. Okay, and what happens if you don't do that, and so many things will be discussed about of the course. Okay, so I have the framework something like this. Just go through here. The words, some of the words may be different for you to understand. I won't. So it is like a type of a cycle, something happening, starting from something, going in a loop and coming back. So you have something is here like product backlog. Okay, backlog is nothing but the list of items that you will be working on to have to get your product. Okay. So, okay, you need not worry now because too much is something. Okay. So we will start the sprint planning meeting, one of the event. Okay. You will work on a particular things on the sprint. Okay. Daily, you will have a scrum, daily scrum. That is, you will be having a meeting with all the team members. They will be giving you the status and sprint review after the before last day. Like you will have a review meeting where you will call for the meeting with the stakeholders and see the demo and retrospective happen at the end. And you will give the usable software. That means you will deliver the product. So this is how the Scrum framework looks for you. As of now, it's going to be a little bit, different, something which you can't understand. Maybe if you're able to understand, that's well and good. Or else just go ahead, see this one and try to understand. Okay. So fine. So we will also be discussing on the three pillars, as I said, and five values in the Scrum. Transparency, inspection, and adaptation are the three pillars. We are going to in detail discuss about how each and every pillar is important and how it's going to affect the other pillars in hand. Okay, what happens if transparency is not there in the work? What happens if inspection is not there? What happens if adaptation is not there? So these things are to be discussed, and the importance of these things will be discussed in the course. And the Scrum values. So how actually the Scrum team should be there? What are the values that they should have? Okay, and what are the importance of all these values in the Scrum team? What happens if we don't have this? So those things will also be discussed in the. Okay. So yes, today's uh, so actually I said agile is nothing but an umbrella. Okay. If you take agile methodology, it's a whole umbrella where few of the principles and values have been taken, and in individual, they have developed certain frameworks. So these frameworks are, like we have so many frameworks which are developed or formed by the Agile manifesto, which are like Scrum, XP, Kanban, Lean, Crystal. But we are not going to discuss in detail all these things. We are going to discuss on the Scrum and mostly to a certain extent Kanban, but not on the other things. Okay, good. I would like to go ahead with the Agile Manifesto because you will understand why we need to. Because the Scrum or the Kanban falls under the Agile Manifesto. Those whatever the principle they have, like from there only they have taken this and they formulated their own framework. So we should know uh, as a Scrum Master what are those 12 principles and the four values that we have in this Agile Manifesto. Okay, so let us go ahead with that. And if you have any questions, probably yes, we can take it up. Any questions meanwhile before we go ahead with the next thing? Okay. Hmm. So there are 12 principles are based on this Agile Manifesto. We will try to cover at least few of them today and tomorrow, like we are going to discuss. I I give most importance to these 12 principles because it will make you understand like the importance of from the customer perspective, importance from the employee perspective, as well as from the organization perspective. Because when you are suppose like tomorrow, like you are going for a business and you are trying to develop something, okay, or you are establishing an IT company, probably you are to deal with a lot of customers, and if you don't give the due respect and due importance to them, probably they are not going to come back. So the first two principles are mostly on the importance that should be given to the customer's point of view. Okay, so let's take the first one. uh, our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. Okay, here, like, how do you feel like when this one question that I would like to ask you people? Let us say like you have gone to one of the shopping mall or one you have gone to your street side shop. One shop is there where you want to buy something there, and after 5 to 10 minutes you went there and you were standing for to get something. And there is also another guy who came 5 minutes after you came there, and the shopkeeper has taken the request of the second guy who came late, and he's giving the products or the goods to that. How do you feel? Do you feel like you are neglected? The priority is not given to you, yet you came first? Do you feel that, right? It happens to everyone. I mean, you feel neglected. You will have that issue, and you feel like from next day onwards, probably the next time, probably I'm not going to come to your shop, or I'm going to order it online, or whatever. So that feeling of of being neglected by some other people or not given the priority is one thing which makes the business go into either losses or not doing good. So please remember the highest priority should be given to the customer. Okay, and that priority should be how it should be very early and continuous. So when you are going to the shop and when the two customers have come, give a priority to the customer who has come first early. Okay, satisfy the customer early. Okay, so that you will take it and go away, or at least acknowledge that he has come and say, okay, please wait, sir. Like we will give you the whatever things that you should acknowledge, but it's not happening. So that should happen early, and the software that you are giving should be valuable again. If you are not delivering a valuable software, probably that means it's waste of time and resources, money, and everything. Okay, you have given priority to the customer. You have made him made him a god, and you are making him giving all the things you are giving to a high important person. But you are not meeting to his expectations. Probably he is not going to come back again because the way the product was delivered was, it was not having the quality. So make sure that you satisfy the customer with a valuable software, but at the same time, we should give the priority to him. You should address the situation very early, and that should be the delivery should be again. It should be early one and a continuous. Okay, because it brings a rapport with the customer. So, did you get my point of view over here, or you have any questions on this particular first point? Any question? Any hand is you want doubts? Did you understand this? If you have understood, please raise your hand so that at least okay. Okay. Good, good, very nice. Thank you so much. Okay, good. So the highest priority is satisfying you people. You are my customers, right? So the highest priority is to satisfy you, giving you the valuable knowledge, which is okay, the Scrum training or the Scrum Master knowledge or whatever. So the highest priority is to satisfy you people. Thank you so much. Next, the second point is welcome changing requirements even late in the development. Okay, so agile processes honest change for the customer's competitive advantage. So when the customer comes to you and he wants to have something, he's coming to you because there is already maybe he's in the market and he wants to have certain advantage over his competitor, right? So maybe like you have taken his requirements and you started working on it, but in the middle, if he comes back and changes anything, okay, if he changes certain requirements, you should be able to welcome that particular change. You should acknowledge that particular change. You should not say, no, I am not going to change. My rules are fixed. Everything is fixed now. I can't make any change. You better come for the next project. No, you can't do that because agility is itself means like we are flexible enough. Okay, you should be able to adapt, right? You should welcome that particular change, work on it, and and make the customer have advantage in market. So that is what actually is expected. So welcome the changing requirements even the late in the development process. Even if he comes in the late part, okay, you say, okay, fine, we will take it, but give us some time. Maybe not in this sprint, probably in the next sprint, we are going to accommodate and put it. Don't say like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. This is done. I'm for the whole product. I'm not going to do. You better come for the next product. No, nothing. So that is not going to work. Okay, he is not going to come to you. You'll go to somewhere else. So make sure that uh, the we should welcome the change. So Agile Manifesto is about that. The first two things are about the customer. Give importance to the customer. Understand his needs. Make him feel that he is being addressed or being acknowledged, and his expectations are met, and advantage in the market is also being met, right? So that's good. Thank you. Next thing. Next, deliver working software frequently from a couple of weeks to couple of months with a preference to shorter time cycle. Okay, so you should deliver the software very frequently. It's not like traditional waterfall model where you start and deliver after 6 months, and customer doesn't know what you are doing and you're never given any demo part. No, here the working software should be delivered very frequently. That too within a few minutes, few months time. Okay, weeks to months, not more than that. Okay, whichever is a shorter time frame circle, you should give that. Okay, but do remember, delivering is okay. You are able to deliver it, but that should be a working software, not a PowerPoint presentation or a documentation. Okay. So that is what actually is expected. Next thing. Business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. So it is expected that the developers are in constant touch with the business people, because as as per the business, right, whatever the requirements, or if there are any changing requirements, the information should be passed on to the developers, and this happens through product owner or through the customer or through the scrum master. So they should be throughout, constant, in constant touch throughout the project. Okay. And if needed, the scrum master, like there are so many situations where scrum master can help the team to get in touch with the business people. Okay. In any of the meetings also, like you can have the sprint review, you can have backlog refinement meetings, you can have sprint planning meetings where you can call the stakeholders or the business people and make have a discussion with the developers or the Scrum team members. So that should happen. So if not, what happens is the developers will be working independently with the requirement whatever they got, and business people will be assuming that they are working as per the the specifications given. But at the end, if if something sudden surprise comes, probably the two teams, so the business as well as the developers, are going to suffer a lot. So we should make a constant endeavor where you meet sometime, if not if not daily, at least twice, once in a week or twice in a week, have a meetings, have a KT sessions organized, something like that, so that the developers and business people are on the same page. So that is expected. Okay, good, very nice. Next, coming up is the fifth one. Build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and the support they need, and trust them to get the job done. See, this is how now the projects are to be developed by these motivated individuals. Why we have to say, like, why it's actually expected that the individual should be motivated, because these are very short time scale projects that Agile implements, right? So when it is short, people expect that to deliver it very fastly. For that, you should have the that enthusiasm, that motivation to do it very fast. If any of the team member is not that motivated, or is losing courage, or it will be, or he's doing backbiting, or is jealous of so many things, or is creating a very poisonous, I can say, certain type of environment, probably that's not going to yield better results. So as a employer, or as a team leader or as a manager, you should provide them that environment. You should give them the support they require. You should also trust them. Okay. You should respect their decision. You should also motivate them and they should also get motivated. Okay. In this way, the projects are being built. Okay. So make sure that as a Scrum Master, you are always helping them in giving or creating that particular environment and support. Okay. Don't expect that they are motivated by by themselves. You should make an attempt to motivate them by your steps, by way you deal the things and all at the same time. Okay, parallelly. So select those people who are very much in having the into or get motivated by themselves, and at the same time you motivate them in case they lose. Okay. Next thing. This is about the employees. If you see, like for the last 1 to 4 or 1 to 3, those three to four principles were mostly customer centric. This is how we should do for a customer. This is how you have to be with the customer, with the business and all. Now these are mostly with the employee now. Okay, as an employee, how you should be motivated, how you have to, if there are any differences, what you have to do. This the sixth point is about that. The most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within a development team is face-to-face conversation. So if you have any, let us say within the team, like you have so many people with attitudes, egos, and all, and these conflicts do arise, and the situation becomes worse. So in that case, it's better that you go and talk to them directly. You should have one-on-one conversation, face-to-face conversation, in case either through physical mode or through online mode, whatever. So just resolve that issue and start working on it. I mean, start working on the things because because if you have the issues going on it is going to affect the delivery part, right? So agile itself is a very short duration time frame, things. So we don't have time to fight for those things. So it is expected that you resolve those issues, not only the attitude and ego issues, but if you have any doubts regarding this technology, if you have any questions related to coding part or testing or stuck up somewhere, you need some help, go and talk to them directly. Probably they are going to help you. Because, so not in the negative sense, in the positive sense as well. You can give the KT online. You talk to them, provide whatever information. If they will help you, you will help in return. So this type of face-to-face conversation will solve so many problems, and it will bring a positive environment in your working culture. That's what actually is expected. So good about agile, right? I mean, they are saying about the customer point, they are saying the employee point, okay, and 7 and 8, and the seventh part is working software is a primary measure of progress. If you are saying that, yeah, I'm working on this particular project and I have developed something, but if you're not showcasing that, no one is going to believe. Okay, for agile, it's very important that whatever you are showcasing, that should be working. The working software is one important primary thing to show to gauge to estimate your progress. I can't say like, yeah, I have done. That's it. If you show the PowerPoint presentation or if you show the documentation, that's not going to work. It's not the agile way of working. Okay. And yes, agile processes promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, the users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. So, what is actually expected is like the relations or the way they work, that should be in a constant pace, okay, and it should provide an environment that sustains for longer period of time, okay. So it is not going to end with one single product or something like that. It should go on for years and years with a constant good relation and at the same time development happening, okay. So I will wind up at this particular eighth point, and any questions on this one, probably I will take it up. Are you able to able to get it those points? Do you think that agile is very difficult to understand now? Have you come across any technical term saying that you write a program and this particular logic? No. So it's all about how you do the process, how you implement, how you deal with the people. and no way you will come across writing a code or writing in automation, something like that. So, and one thing, you may feel that, oh, there are 12 principles and I need to, at this particular time in my career, at this particular age, do I need to remember all these 12 principles for my interview? No, sir. You need not remember all the 12 principles. Whatever you can remember, you remember. That's it. Three to four max, not more than that. If someone asks you to say 12 principles, you in return ask them, please say the 12 principles to me. I will, I can say. No one is going to, even the interviewer can't remember all the 12 principles. Okay. So don't worry about remembering all this, but you should have a knowledge on all these principles. Okay. That's why like we are going through this one. So we have covered till 8 point, and the next four we are going to discuss tomorrow. And any questions till now, you can raise your hands. I will unmute you. If someone was saying like I can ask in the ask uh, Sahib. Yes, Sahib. Yes, Hassan. Yes.
Yes, my question is that uh, for maintaining this agile, is there any tools or technology available to maintain all these documentation, or we have to maintain it on simply Excel or Jira only?
We will use Jira tool. Okay. For see documentation, Agile says like we need to have minimum documentation, not a comprehensive documentation. Of course, we can maintain the documentation in any Confluence or any of the SharePoint. That's okay. But Agile doesn't say to have a very comprehensive documentation. It says only the minimum documentation. And the tool that we are going to use for this particular Scrum is Jira only. Okay, not any other tool. I mean, for this particular course. Okay, we have so many other tools outside. People are going to use that Rally or Azure Dataport, something like that. But no, we are not covering any of those things here. But Jira is okay.
So, so in this course, will we able to are we going to learn whole Jira means are we comfortable with Jira working
Yes, yes.
hands
I
on?
will. Yes, we will be working hands-on on the Jira tool, where you will be given access. We will be creating one team, okay, with me and you people, and you will be writing the user stories, and you will be working on it. You will be seeing like as a Scrum Master. Please don't assume that you will be working as a tester or developer. No, we will make a team of like developer and testers, but as a Scrum Master, you will be dealing the things. Okay, so that is going to happen. But
So,
admin of Jira, no. Admin of Jira, we are not concerned with admin of Jira because it involves the admin work, which Scrum Master doesn't do that. Okay, so you need not worry. All the things which are relevant to Scrum Master will be explained in this course.
so what do you think? This Scrum Master is enough to get a job in the market, or something else required for?
This is enough to get a job in the, but you have to be thorough with the Scrum Guide and how actually the roles are prescribed as per the Scrum Guide. Then only you will be able to the behavioral situational things that happen as in the teams, and how you handle that as a Scrum Master is mostly expected and not technical things, please.
And what's about someone who is going to relaunch his career in IT?
Mm.
This course is suitable for that them.
Yes, yes, this is suitable for them.
And
Those
personally,
who
I'm
have
asking.
non, yes,
In
yes,
my case, I'm having around 20 years of experience now,
very nice.
and
Okay.
I was working for IT industries
Mm. Good.
till 6 7 years back. Then I
Okay.
was started my own business,
Mm.
and due to some financial crunch, I'm thinking to
Mm.
reback to my IT. So I'm
Right.
not interested to now code. So I have the concept, but now I feel
Mm.
difficulties. Means.
Yes, yes,
So
true.
is it right path for me?
Very nice, very right. Because like this is the stepping, stone after the gap. Okay, so this will help you a lot. I myself, like I have witnessed that particular thing. I mean, I have been into the technical part, and I have also been into the non-tech. I mean, the admin part. Then when I came into the Scrum Master, then I realized like how it's going to be more. I mean, pitching in the career growth and all. So I recommend you to join this one. Career growth
So
is going to be very good with the
with
Scrum
this
Master. You will not stop with the Scrum Master. You're going to, go ahead in the career, that ladder you are going to climb to different roles in the people management or in the process management.
So after this much experience, it will be going to help me, right?
Yes, perfect. Yes.
Will you help me to prepare my CV also accordingly?
CV, like as long as I'm in this particular batch, I can help you out because Logic Labs after that doesn't allow. I don't know. Okay. So maybe in this 20 to 25 days, like we can share the details. I will help you out.
Okay. And is
Or
there
you can
any
talk to Logic.
one more thing and last question? Is there any
Yes.
sort of project work like means after this course can we have something like project
No, no. During the course
1
itself,
week?
you are going to work on a project. Okay. It's
Okay,
not
during
we
the
are
course
taking
only.
out of, yeah. We will have a hands-on. The first 1 week or 10 days is going to be the pure theory of Scrum Guide we are going to learn. We are going to
Mhm.
learn in detail how a Scrum Master or the roles and responsibilities, what happens in the Scrum and all. The next, again, coming up 15 session is going to be in the practical part of implementing it. So you need not to have a project outside this particular thing. It's very
Okay,
easy.
it
You can.
means I should not worry about anything else. I have to focus only on this Scrum
Yes, sir,
Master and
please.
definitely I'll get a job, right?
Yes, 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 yes. I will stress on the important things, and you need to make a note and go ahead and read. Okay.
Okay.
So that assurance I can give it to you. Okay, where you
And
have
and
to.
what's and what's about the certification? If suppose I'm outside India, so
Mhm.
how will I
Scrum dot.
appear for
Yeah, yeah.
the
Yes. PSM certification it can be taken online from anywhere. I think it's from the Pearson. They have their own testing centers. You can do it from there also. And that particular certification is again an open book. That you need not worry about how it's going to. It's very easy. We will also take the as I said, exams will be also be taken. Okay, where you will be involved. Okay, so you will feel that. I mean, you will not feel like it's something new because that will be done in the our classes itself. The mock exams will be taken 2 to 3. You can confidently go and take the exams after that. When you can take the mock exams from your end and go ahead with the exam part.
so means are you assuring me that I won't get any fear in the working environment, right? Means
No, sir. I
because I have
mean,
a
see,
gap, that's
here
why I'm
is
little bit hesitating because 7 years of long gap it is there. So sometimes
yes,
I
yes.
don't.
I recommend you to come. I mean, attend this course together with the with whatever references I give. You go through those content also outside the in this thing. There is nothing to fear over here because you will be dealing with the people. You
Yes,
will be dealing with the processes. So there is
yes.
nothing like someone is going to harass you for not writing something, not coding something. No, nothing like that happens in.
Okay,
So
thank
there
you
is
so much.
no fear happening. Yeah, yeah, please.
Okay, that in between emphasize in between that important topics and if
Yes, yes.
possible. Uh,
Sure, sure.
okay, then thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. Yes. I generally recommend everyone, I mean, those who want to switch into IT, yeah, come into this particular role and see the change because I have seen so many commerce students, so many non-IT people coming into this one and they are doing very good. I have seen so many people there. So that's my
Yes.
recommendation to everyone. We will have uh, tomorrow the next class and we'll come up with the next 4 principles and the 4 values in the next class. Okay, fine. Tomorrow is the third free one, and the fourth one is going to be the for the registered users. So just I want to remind you all. Okay. Okay, then thanks for your time. We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Sorry for the glitch that I had in connecting back. Maybe tomorrow it's going to be a little easier. Okay,
Okay, thank you, sir.
thank you. Thank you all.